In the last few hours, hope have risen in the crypto market as a result of a Fed interest rate cut that have risen up to 98.9%. And this is very important because if you check your crypto chart right now, you discover that the market is actually moving all the way upward gradually, not aggressively, because of this very news that Fed is going to cut interest rate maybe by 25 basic point or by 50 basic point, as the case may be. And this is very interesting because if you look at what price action is doing right now, it's not doing bad as some person have been predicting on various platforms. If you look at the price of BTCUSDT right here, this is a very critical level of important support, and market move upward, come back into this very area. And right now what I am expecting is for the market to move upward. And this very optimism in the market is also driven by the fact that if you look at the US quarterly earning that was just released, which also raised the eyebrow for investors on Wall Street, and then the stock market have been moving all the way to the upside as well as a result of this very data. And this data is coming out amidst US-China trade tension. Strongly, I believe that this very trade war is going to come to an end very soon. Probably President Trump is going to meet with the Chinese president in the summit in South Korea. That is next week, and possibly there might be a deal, or there might be some kind of agreement between the two parties when it comes to trade. And this is very important. Not only that, if you come to Forex Factory and you look at what Forex Factory have just released, we have the previous number right here, which was 4.25 basic points. And you look at the forecast, it's already 4.00. This is market expectation right now. So market is now expecting Fed to cut rate by 25 basic points. However, some other forecasts out there are also predicting that this very rate cut might even go higher to 50 basic points. So what I am expecting is between 25 basic points and 50 basic points from now moving forward. So this is a very good indicator that the market is going to bounce off from where it is right now. Why? Because if you look at it, when the previous rate cut happened around this very area in September, that was just last month, market has raised significantly all the way upward, and Bitcoin hit a new all-time high. And all of a sudden, we see market begin to come back down, and then that tariff threat by President Trump, 100% on Chinese goods, market dump all the way to this very area, and we see some kind of recovery. Market come back down, and then market is at this very point right now. What I am expecting is for the market to move into this very area of $115,000 and $116,000 within this very price range, and this is an important level of resistance. And of course, if we break this level of resistance, expect the market to move upward again. But I don't see the market breaking this level of resistance immediately. I want to see the market first of all come into this very area, and then we check what price action is going to do within this very area. These are the most important thing you need to pay attention to right now as we begin to see optimism back in the market. And if you look at the price of Ethereum, the same thing. You see market come back down, move upward, come back down a little bit, and then right now I'm also expecting the market to move to the upside amidst market optimism that Fed is going to definitely cut rate. And you can see that that opportunity is right here again for you to buy low and sell high. Of course, you must apply your strategy. And of course, if you come to this very page right here, it is covered that the market optimism right now that Fed is going to cut rate have increased 98.9%. This is almost 99%. And the market is going to be bullish, in my opinion, from now moving forward. And obviously, if you come to the price of Ethereum, some persons are still expecting the market on Ethereum to go back to the downside, okay? Possibly go back down below this very area of $3,421. That is a possibility, but that is not what I am looking at right now. I am looking at something very different for the market to move upward into this very area of interest, and that is what I am not paying attention to, this very point of interest, that is $4,255. Market should come into this very area by moving upward because of this very optimism that Fed is going to definitely cut rate by at least 25% basic point, or 25 basic points as you may call it. If you look at BNB right here, BNB have shoot upward, and this is very, very significant. And I gave this very trade data analysis on this very channel a few hours ago. I was talking about the market moving up on BNB. If you look at it right here, this is BNB right at this very point, and I mark out this very area. And I said, if the market break out on this very level of important resistance, then that means market have capability of moving upward. So if we break out here, this is a nice opportunity for BNB to move all the way to the upside for a significant bullish momentum. I am expecting some bullish move this very week, entering into next week. So we should be very optimistic about the market moving all the way to the upside. Not only that, if you come to this very area on Forex Factory and you look at this very data and you compare what has happened before, if you look at it critically from this very standpoint, you discover that on 17th September 2025, that was last month, Fed cut rate by 25 basic points, and this have not happened for several months in this very year. If you look at it, Fed has been keeping rate unchanged all through this very period. And this is very, very significant. If I click on more here, you can discover that Fed has been keeping rate unchanged from this very area right here since January this year. Fed has been keeping rate unchanged. And this is the first time that Fed cut rate. That was September 17, 2025. And if Fed is going to cut rate again this very month, as indicated by Forex Factory, the chance is very high right now, by 25 basic points, and we're going to see interest rates sit at 4 basic points, then that means the market is going to significantly move all the way to the upside. So I am expecting BTC to move up into this very area, and also ETH to move up a little bit. This very point is my target, and BNB first of all should break this very area of important resistance. If this breakout hold, market is going to push up into this very point of important resistance as well. So this very point of resistance on BNB is what you should pay attention to, because if you look at it, this very point is the next area of interest on this very price action. So market push into this very area, come back down for retracement, and then continuation to the upside. In my opinion, this is what you must have to pay attention to as we wait for Fed to do what they will likely do by cutting interest rate, as we are seeing right now on these various price action. This is very, very important, guys. Pay attention to all of this to be in the right direction of the market, and don't forget to join our Telegram channel for more and prompt crypto update. Link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. Very important. Join right now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.